Hello, everyone. Diane at Rose Haven Yarn Shop in Picton, while Leslie is away in a bus going to Rhinebeck in New York and having fun. I hope you guys are following her and the gang with all the pictures that she's putting on. Yeah, it's an amazing trip. It looks like a lot of fun, and yeah. So today, I'm not as early, had student in the morning. Students are coming in pretty soon. Next class is at 1. So just to keep you up to date. So today, I got some, look at this beauty, got some curls. Yeah, so the curls will be handy if some people want to put some beard onto the bottle topper gnome that they will learn to do at the knit retreat. So yeah, so we'll have some of this or felted the roving and then stab it on. So that's getting ready. I've been very busy this week. I've been preparing all of the cast on so to have models that people can look and see. I've been very busy with that. The mitten workshop for a string of mitten is almost all ready. So yeah, I'm very excited. I love to teach. I love to share. I love to give as many tricks that I have and that I can give, because it's honestly the love of knitting and the love of keeping busy. And I know that for me, knitting is very relaxing. You get into this zone in your head and it's very meditating. And but yes, you need to go, and it's like anything else, you need to practice. And as more as you practice and as more as it gets easy. Yesterday I was at the match of the baby Sens playing against the baby Montreal Canadian, the Laval, and I did bring my sock. I'm always saying to everybody, one of the things that is good to learn is to do sock, because sock can be transported everywhere. So this was one of my um, Christmas gift last winter. So it's from beautiful sister. That's what I was gifted, and this is my bag that you can just put your hand in there and then you've got everything in the bag. So this came with me yesterday at the Belleville Senator. And one thing that I learned, we always learn thing, is that yeah, needle can bend if you sit on them. So funny enough, an intermission, I went and got us some drinks, and when I came back, my bag was there, forgot about it, and I just sat, and the tube, the tube was totally bent, and the tip of my needle were bent also. But Martin was good enough, just by playing with them, was able. So there is still, like this guy, still there's a little bit of a kink, but no, it's very knittable. Don't worry, we're all good. So yesterday, I'm watching the hockey. I do have one sock that is done. This is the yarn from Biscuit and is the color of the bay. And yeah, so yesterday I finished my leg and I did turn my heel. Love it. To turn the heel for me is honestly my favorite part of a sock, because you're doing a tube, right? And once you've done turning the heel, now the tube is changing direction, and now we're going to create the foot. Love to do socks. And no, I didn't win the 50-50, even if I put out, positive vibe that what are we going to do with the money tonight that we won? But no, didn't win. But my tube, this one, I might try to just pinch it to have it a little bit more round, but it still works, so it's very funny. What else did I do this week? I worked on the mystery knit along of Stephen West. Oh my goodness. I so love, and I know I'm telling you guys all the time, but you need at one point to knit some of Stephen West's stuff. Just the fact that it is mesmerizing just to create something, and at the same time thinking, how did he came up with that? So if you remember, clue number one was to make a square. So it started in the middle with the Emily Ocker, and so we did a nice square. Then we worked more, I'm going to say, as a V shape. So we changed the angle of the corner to have more of a lozenges, and then we created eyelets following the sequencing of our color this week. So from that, and I'm not completely done, but I've got a good portion on one side. Just hold on. My needle is stuck in my bag. Come on, baby. Here we go. So the next one, I think, let me look at the paper. I think he called it a zigzag. Hold on. Is it this one? No, that's clue number two. Clue number three. So he calls this stitch zigzag slip. I did have the zigzag. It's just that I didn't have the slip portion. So we started with, so the corner now we're taking, or that triangle, we're taking one side, and now we're going to go and shape it to come to nothing. So literally, because the last row will be 6 stitches that we're going to close the I cord of it. But how does he come up with this stitch? So it's a zigzag slip. It's playing with yarn. It's honestly, you have that feeling that you are playing. I love the fact that there's sort of a repeater. So if this pinkish over there, we do have a little bump of that pinkish into the next color. And that green, we do have a little bit of that green into the other color. The definition of those stitch, it's still movable as a fabric, but at the same time, it's very, very, like, it's thick to the touch, because like this feels very fluffy and light, as this feels thicker. But as you can see from the square now, we are going to angle because we're going shorter, right? Like this is all the zigzag, and we're just changing, moving into our color from those 4 color. So there's so many rows that you're doing with color number 1. It's the opposite with color number 2, and color number 3 is exactly the same as color number 1, and you're just going up into those color to become to nothing, and then it's going to be the other side of this one. So this guy here will be sort of the same zigzag. And then there's one more clue. So I am, again, assuming, because I think it's going to go this way. Yeah, I think it's going to go this way. And this is going to be sort of a straight line at the top. So I'm assuming we're going to add to the bottom here. But who knows? Who knows? That's the fun thing about doing a mystery knit along, is you don't know what it's going to look like at the end at all. The other one that I did work on this week is the shawl. The other one, let me grab my bucket. Oh yeah, it's in here. And one thing I'm always saying to the students is, can you live with it? So if there is a boo-boo, can you live with it? If you can't, undo it, because it's going to bug you. And if you can live with it, well, that's it, that's all, and we're keep on going. So this shawl is smaller in, when it's going to be done, it's going to be smaller than I think. But with the add-on, because you remember the butterfly papillon shawl, there is a version of, it's called the moth. So when you do buy the butterfly version, it's the same thing. There's add-on to it. So there's a sort of a fringe that can be add-on, and there's some eyes that can be add-on to the logo or those zigzag. So the real pattern in the sense of you can have only two colors, and three, decide all the other colors that you want to have in there, right? So my boo-boo of the day was, and I still have not decided what I'm going to do with it. In the pattern, this is what it's supposed to look like. Is those white half moon, I'm going to say, are supposed to be one on top of the other. And what I did is my half moon is 10 stitches, not in front of it. So that's going to be, I need to decide because I still want to work on this. So I need to decide, am I going to frog it back or leave it on? So it's still in my mind as a decision. I haven't decided yet. So you'll know next week. On that note, I wish you a very good Sunday, and I'll see you in 1 week. Bye-bye.